Okay, so I'm going to get started now. So my name's Alex Wong, part of System Design Engineering. And so here today, I'm just going to give you a quick overview of some of the stuff that we do in the lab. So in the vision and image processing group in system design, what we have is we have three principal investigators. There's me, Dr. David Clausey, as well as Dr. Paul Fiev. We have around 30 plus around almost 40 research personnel in our lab right now. And our main focus is on imaging and analysis, particularly on my side pertaining to biomedical imaging. So some of the stuff that we do include MRI brain imaging, OCT ocular imaging with physics, Professor Bashiva, NIR ocular imaging with our School of Optometry, MRI breast imaging with Sunnybrook, CT lung imaging with Sunnybrook, ultrasound abdominal imaging with Dr. Jack Callahan in kinesiology, CT spine imaging with Dr. Jack Callahan in kinesiology again, MRI prostate imaging with Sunnybrook, as well as histopath imaging with Professor Jack Callahan. So we enjoy working with others on challenging problems. So on our side, one of my main focuses have been on the design of integrative imaging systems. So as people have talked about before, just designing algorithms for existing systems, just might not work well. Why? Because you just might not get the information you need to actually extract what you need for clinical decision support, right? Same thing on the hardware side. What you can do is you can have the fanciest hardware, but there's a lot of things that would cost a lot of money and can be compensated for in software. So our goal here is to take a systems design approach, hence the integrated, where we try to treat everything as an integrative component, both hardware, software, the entire medical workflow. We design everything and optimize for everything in unison to make sure that we get the best bang for the buck. So we've been working on 4 different types of integrated imaging systems. One is correlated diffusion imaging, compensated DWI, so compensated diffusion weighted imaging, spectral polarimetric imaging, as well as coded hemodynamic imaging. So I'll talk about those 4 different integrated systems briefly. Okay, so the first one I'm going to talk about is correlated imaging, diffusion imaging that I've developed in collaboration with Sunnybrook. So it's a new form of magnetic resonant imaging that allows you to detect hard to find tumors. As our previous speaker has talked about, this is a typical type of image that you see, and from this, you cannot possibly tell me where cancer is, right? So by actually understanding tissue physiology, as well as working with clinicians to optimize protocols as well as software reconstruction methods, what we can do is produce something like this. So in this case, what we have is a bright spot that represents a confirmed malignant tumor. So when you show this to a radiologist, they can't possibly tell you where the cancer is. But with something like this, it's very easy to see, very easy to understand, not necessarily from a pixel or voxel level, but from a higher level perspective. Right? So right now we have some pretty good preliminary results that show improved diagnostics using this new modality versus using our standard multi-parametric MRI, which is just T2 and diffusion weighted imaging. So in another integrated system that we built, it's called Compensated Diffusion Weighted Imaging. This is once again where we try to make use of the knowledge of the actual imaging physics, as well as what we can do with software reconstruction to produce images that are better than what you can normally get with a standard MRI machine. So here what we have is a conventional DWI, so a conventional diffusion weighted imaging. So we get something like this. By actually understanding what's going on in the system, and actually taking advantage of that when we're actually dealing with the data, we could get something that's a lot better, much higher tissue contrast and detail. All right? So another thing we've been working on is on integrated systems for capturing a wealth of spatial spectral polarimetric, so both hyperspectral as well as multipolarimetric data all at once. So in one shot, click, and you got all the information you need. Allows you to extract very important information such as eumelanin concentrations, phenylalanine concentrations, hemoglobin levels, beta-carotene, bilirubin, so on and so forth, just by looking at the skin in a non-contact manner. And finally, we have our coded hemodynamic imaging system that's being worked on by Robert over here. And so here our goal is, can we design an integrated imaging system that can make multi-location hemodynamic measurements under different environmental conditions, under different lighting conditions, so on and so forth. And by designing something like this, where you could literally just wave your hand in front of it and it tells you everything you need to know about your cardiorespiratory system, what you can do is allows for fast, reliable, easy, and hygienic cardiorespiratory assessment and monitoring. So those are some of the stuff that we've been working on, very open to collaborations. Thank you.